Hi, this is Klifton Fehr, and this is Fehr's Fair. Today we're going to talk about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding has been a buzzword in recent years, and for all the wrong reasons. This is one of those words that you don't want to misuse, as it can minimize a very real psychological and physiological phenomenon. Trauma bonding is not a shared experience between people who then form a special bond with trauma as the foundation. It's not a club for people who have traumatic experiences in common. I, nor you, would joke with someone over a difficult situation and say,
"Oh wow, we're trauma bonded over this whole experience."
While having a group of peers who can relate to difficult moments you've had is absolutely invaluable, it's not equal to a trauma bond. Trauma bonding occurs when a hormonal attachment is created by cyclical abuse. It's every bit as much psychological as it is physiological, and is one of the reasons victims of domestic violence have a hard time leaving their abusers. People who have a secure attachment, high self-worth, or a concept of what healthy love looks like might run for the hills the first time they see their partner put a fist through the wall. No matter how sunny the relationship was, now it's over. However, if you're someone who grew up with codependent tendencies related to an anxious attachment style, low self-esteem, and inconsistent view of healthy love, the honeymoon phase isn't likely something you're going to let go of as easily, because it's given you all of the love, attention, and value you've been seeking, and it's very normal to seek those things. But the danger becomes present when you feel that your only source of that love, attention, and value is through another person. An emotional abuser feeds on their partner's desperation for value and belonging, and weaponizes love as a way to maintain control in relationships. The ideal victim for an emotional abuser is someone who's completely divorced of their own emotional needs and serves others as a way to feel worthy or useful. Because the initial framework of the relationship was set in the honeymoon phase, our brain's reward system now recognizes our abuser as a stimulus that gives us something we need. So when they put their fist through the wall that first time, we're not moving. Instead, our sympathetic nervous system kicks in, and rather than fight or flight, we fawn. Fawning is a trauma response where the goal is to diffuse tension by making ourselves small and amenable. We apologize, we take blame, we become hyper-aware of the emotions around us while completely betraying the emotions within us. The abuser in this scenario will see the fawning as confirmation that they have maintained power and control, and will dole out bits of kindness to their partner as a way to smooth everything over and make them feel safe until the next outburst occurs. This creates the cycle of abuse that is a trauma bond. It's forgiving the yelling and the screaming and the threats, because if you get through it, you can have the cuddling and the flowers and the
"I'm sorry, it'll never happen again"
that your brain has learned to recognize as love. And that kind of intermittent reinforcement is a key component of trauma bonding that can also be seen in a slightly different form as gambling addiction. You might lose 4 times in a row, but if you hit big the 5th time, your losses don't even matter. You net a win and you continue to bet. But when you have a partner who is hell-bent on maintaining power because that's how they feel safe or happy, escalation is guaranteed. The fawning will not be effective in maintaining harmony, as the abuser finds new and creative ways to hurt you and control your life. Often, the abuser will escalate their behavior in an attempt to control you and keep you around. Common ways to do this involve physical entrapment or harm, emotional manipulation such as threatening to hurt themselves unless you come back to them, or blackmail. But how does a person break a trauma bond? Unfortunately, we can't love broken people back together, but we can provide an environment of support, acceptance, and non-judgment that allows them to learn to love themselves back together. This is Klifton Fehr, and this is Fehr's Fair. Like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, since the pandemic, 26 to 29 more people respectively are dealing with mental health challenges, including but not limited to anxiety and depression being at the top of those lists.